So one of the prerequisites to do the Masters of Guidance and Counselling is that you are a teacher if you're going to work in schools. So I'd been a teacher for 13 years, so had a lot of experience with children from all different walks of life with all sorts of different learning issues or emotional issues. And that really motivated me to do the Masters of Guidance and Counselling, because often there were children who needed more help, and as a teacher I couldn't give it to them, so I was drawn to that. So that's why I enrolled with JCU in the Masters of Guidance and Counselling, because it was an external subject which I could do while I was working. So the block subjects were done during the school holidays, so we'd go down to Townsville. But I was really lucky that there was a core group in Cairns as well. When we go down to JCU in Townsville, we work in triads, doing role play in the different sort of scenarios that we might encounter in the job. So we would choose one type of theory, like I liked Gestalt theory in these cases, and then you either role play the counsellor or you role play the student. So that was really, really useful, because I find very often now when I'm in a situation with a real life student, I think back of either my role play or one of the other role plays that one of the other master's students did, so that was invaluable. I did 3 pracs. The first one was at Balaclava State School, which is a primary school. So that was the first school that I worked at. So that was awesome coming back. The second one was at Redland State College. So Redland State College, my main focus was the careers. So, which is a big component for Masters of Guidance and Counselling. Some people only do that as their job. And the third one was in a high school again at Bentley Park College. And that one was wonderful because I learned all aspects of working with disadvantaged students. My end goal was always to become a counsellor. So when I started my teaching degree, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So as a first generation Australian, it was quite difficult for me because my parents didn't teach me English. So when I went to school, I couldn't speak English at all. And I knew I was pretty smart because I could read, just not in English. So my first days at school were quite traumatic, and in those days no one helped you if you couldn't speak English. So I was put at the back of the room with like children from different countries and also the Indigenous Australian children because we couldn't speak English. So that really has hit me hard. So throughout my teaching, I've had a large component of students from that same background. So I've always been drawn to working with English as second language students, which is what Torres Strait Island and Indigenous Aboriginal Australian students are. Being an external student, you are really worried because you think, I'm not sitting down at lectures, I'm logging onto Blackboard, I'm hearing the lectures like that. So I was worried at first, but after my first subject, which was seamless and so supportive, I thought this is really, really easy.